All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Tuesday, the 17th of June. Yeah, how we doing? I don't know what I got. I think I got a 63 or a 71. I can't remember. Sleep scale. Not great, but we'll take it. Coffee's going down good. We got a walk in already this morning. So get out there and get it done no matter what happens the rest of the day. They can't take that away from us. So we did well. Get up and gone, trying to stay consistent with getting up early and getting the shit done. George Ross, good to see you. Kevin Lee, Alex Redmond, Roy Dahl, good morning. Yeah, 9.5 for Alex Redmond. Always knocking it out of the park. Good to see you, man. How are you, Roy? Team Turner, he's a 9. Good man. I like it. I like it. Good stuff, guys. Yeah, had a good day yesterday. I handled the daily sales accelerator, what we call DSA call on the Rosenberg Group platform, and I did a kind of short talk on burning the boats. Going all in on what you're doing, letting go of the side of the pool, as they say, right? Good morning, Dave Howard, coming in at a 9.5. Good to see it. Love to see it. How are you guys this morning? Post it in the chat if you're just joining us. Yeah. Optimistic 8 for Kevin Lee. I like it. We'll take it. Yeah, who's got it better than us, right? I said that to Wendy last night. I said, who's got it better than us? We got it good. So we're on the right side of the grass. Things are good. If you got things that are stressing you out, guys, keep it in perspective. It's the sun's going to come up tomorrow. It'll come up. You just might not see it. You live in Maine, but it's only rained, I think, 14 or 15 Saturdays in a row here. So it's good. Good year to have a wedding on a Saturday. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So anyway, how are you guys doing? What do you got for wins this week already? I'm going to talk about the pillars of a strong company culture. Tim Bartolini is here. Good to see you. Tim's going to join us down in Houston at our next 2-day takeoff event with Steve Rosenberg. If you guys would like information on that, please let me know. We're working on filling that room, so it's going to be epic. Tim's going to join us July 14th and 15th. It's actually in Spring, Texas. Yeah. Terry Garland, how are you doing? Good to see you. It's in Spring, Texas, just outside of Houston. We just call it Houston. It's in that same area. And we're putting this one out there for free. So all you have to do is get there. And it's 2 days of basically drinking business knowledge from a fire hose. So if that interests you, reach out to me. Wendy will put the link in the chat, and you guys can grab it. So Bubba and I are having a competition, see who can get who can get more people signed up. I think we're fighting over Tim because I said, well, Tim comes on my live. He goes, well, I know Tim from the pond business. So, Tim, you'll have to settle that one for us. Whether you're Team Bob or Team Bubba, we won't make you choose. Good morning, Wendy. Yes. But wait a minute. You shine on a cloudy day. Oh, Dave. Thank you. I'll bring a little sunshine to your life on a cloudy day. Hey, Chief. Yeah. What's happening? How's things down in the big state of Florida? Where it's now, I can't do politics. I was gonna say, shit, I have to follow my own rules. But I was gonna maybe take a crack at some people. Wait, it's my show. I can do that. No, I can't do that. Just started the book. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. If you think of it, if you like it, hop on Amazon and post a review if you would. That'd be great. I appreciate it. North Star Bailey has joined. Yeah, no politics. Yeah. Rachel is here. Good morning. It's gonna be a great day. We're gonna make it a great day, right? Yeah. Well, hey, how many of you guys have worked in a place before that doesn't have good culture? I think I have. So today we're going to talk about the pillars of a strong company culture. All right. And that's, if you're a business owner or a leader in the company, upper level manager, this is kind of your thing, right? It's kind of on us to deliver that, because the foundation of any strong company rests on clear, well-defined pillars. Okay, these pillars are like the guiding principles that shape behaviors, decisions, and interactions within the company. Right? This is how we do it here. Oh, geez, that's not what we're selling. That's not what we do. So today we're going to expose the core elements that make up a thriving company's culture, and how to define them for your business. And when I say your business, it could be where you work. Okay, it doesn't have to be a business that you own. Every company has its own set of values and beliefs, whether they publish them or not, whether they're on the wall or on a T-shirt or not, right? Because you get into some place and you work there, like, oh, I see how they do that. Okay, well, that's not important here, or that is important here, right? And sometimes you have to ask yourself, are they just words on a wall, or are they actually shaping the way employees behave, think, and interact with each other? So, like I said, today we're going to break down the key pillars that I think every strong company and every strong culture needs. Without these pillars, cultures can become directionless. Your business can lack focus. And with them, you can create powerful, aligned workforces and teams, and that know exactly what's expected and what the company stands for. I mean, why wouldn't you want to know that, right? So Luke McGee is here watching. Yeah, good to see you. Wendy just put the link up for the 2-day summit. We'd love to see you in Houston. I'll be there in July and September. I will not be there in August because we got a little thing called the wedding happening. So, yeah. So why does it matter, right? It matters because if we don't have these guiding principles or pillars, then and somebody comes in and says, hey, what's the company all about here? We can't really tell them, right? Are we working toward a common goal? Well, I don't know. So how do you build that? How do you do that? You start with vision and purpose. Pillar number one, vision and purpose. A clear vision and purpose gives your company a sense of direction and meaning. So say my notes. It aligns everyone's efforts toward a common goal. Simple enough, right? Yeah. Simple enough. Number two, values and behaviors. Okay. How many people know what the core values are of their company? How many have them posted? Those are the guiding principles that shape the way employees behave and make decisions. Yeah. When these values are clear and aligned with the company's goals, it fosters a sense of integrity and accountability. Pretty simple, right? Yeah. How do you create that? Well, you identify the values that matter the most and promote those, whether you post it on the wall or just reinforce that positive behavior. So we got vision and purpose, values and behaviors. Next one is communication and transparency. Have you ever kind of felt like they treated you like a mushroom, kept you in the dark and fed you shit, right? In the company, right? Versus like just being transparent. Hey, this is what our income goal is. This is what our revenue goal, gross profit goal, net profit goal is. Here's how we want to grow this year. Wouldn't that build and foster more trust, right, with people, and just encourage collaboration and problem solving, just like more collaborative environment. People feel like they're part of what's going on. So that was the third one, communication and transparency. And how about recognition and rewards? Don't people enjoy to have somebody recognize their efforts and feel like their hard work's appreciated? Yeah, it's going to promote a positive work environment. How do you do that? How do you build that? Well, easy enough. Just implement a recognition system. At these points, we're going to recognize these things, whether it's formal, whether it's an awards banquet, or whether it's just, hey, grabbing somebody and going to lunch, or just giving them a shout out on Slack or whatever it is. Make sure the employees know their hard work is valued and tied to the company's success. Pretty simple. So we've got vision and purpose, values and behaviors, communication and transparency, recognition and rewards, right? Give them that pat on the back. And then lastly, inclusion and diversity. Everybody wants to feel like they're part of what's going on, right? And a culture that values diversity and almost said division, diversity and inclusion fosters innovation. Right? It's amazing what people can do if you just get out of the way. More employee satisfaction. When people from different backgrounds feel welcome and valued, it just leads to better decision making and problem solving. Simple as that, guys. And you can cultivate that. Yeah, make them feel like more than a number, Tim says. Good morning, Michelle Bunker. How are you? Looking forward to chatting with you tomorrow. Yeah, so those are the 5, guys. How can you get that going? Well, maybe just reflect on your company pillars right now. What do you have? Do you have maybe you start with the core values, 5 core values. And these are like 1 to 5 words, like I say, something that might look good on a t-shirt, right? And it's easy to communicate to the team, and they can learn it and be able to recite it. Say, what are your core values? Well, we got integrity, accountability, never quit, whatever it is. Deliver a red carpet experience, whatever it is that's important to you, speak it. Okay. And let it be heard. That way it will get delivered. Yeah. North Star Bailey is with us on Instagram. Good to see you guys. Checking in over there. So yeah, reflect on what you have for company pillars. Think about the current culture. Do you even have clear pillars that everyone follows, or are they just kind of undefined and inconsistent? Well, we'll get to that. We got to write that down. We got to do some SOPs. We got to do that, right? Consider the 5 pillars that we just discussed. Where are you strong and where do you need improvement? It's okay not to have this stuff figured out. And I'm not coming from a place where I always had it figured out. I knew that people that worked for us knew what I stood for, right? I remember a longtime employee and friend, Mark, would tell people, hey, like, you might as well take that trim off the wall, because when Bob gets here, he's going to take it off anyway, right? So close enough's not good enough. That was one of ours, right? It's never enough time to do it right the first time, always enough time to do it again. That used to piss me off. So we would try to do it right the first time, okay? All right, so reflect on what your current culture is, what your current values are, see where you need work, okay? And then just go into a process and maybe take a few minutes, maybe take an hour and define your own company culture pillars. They might be different than these. Take some time today or this week, write down what the core pillars are. And even if you don't have 5, it's fine. Might be a couple. What values, what behaviors, and practices do you want to define? You want to have define how you guys operate, and how your team interacts. Write them down and start living by them. Simple as that. Communicate them to the team. Okay, so the strength of your company culture lies in how clearly your pillars are defined and how consistently you enforce them. It's one thing to say it, but you got to go out and walk the walk, right? So by aligning your company with these pillars, you create an environment where employees feel supported, motivated, and focused on success. Who wouldn't want that, right? I have a quote here from that guy, Unknown. Culture is not something you have, it's something you do. Bob Turner. Any of the unknowns I claim for myself. Culture is not something you have, it's something that you do. Simple as that. Rachel says, get the team involved. Yeah, absolutely. Get some buy-in. Love it. Yeah, got to do that. So here, call to action for you guys, right? To wrap things up. Take the time to define your own company culture pillars today. Even if you just scratch them down on a piece of notepaper, right? If you're committed to building a strong, sustainable culture, all right, drop pillars in the chat. Pillars or a fist pump, right? If you're going to do something today to help change the culture or even institute a new culture. Yeah, Dave says if you can say it, you can play it. Yeah, absolutely. So pop a fist pump in the chat if this helps you out today. Got you thinking about, hey, maybe I can have some change, some change on how the culture is here or with my own company. What do people think about working there? If someone was attracted to your company to work there for you and with you, what is it? What brings them there? Hey, are you a person of faith and that they're aligned with that? Are you somebody that's just 100% focused on employees all the time? Or hey, maybe somebody who appreciates a high level of customer service and walk the walk. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to dive into how to actively nurture your company culture and make sure these pillars aren't just words on paper, but living practices that drive success every single day. Yeah, a couple of fist pumps there. I know you guys are listening. Yeah, hopefully this was helpful. We're talking company culture this week, and I've had places where it was pretty good, and then other places more often than not where it was pretty lax. And I tried to do some of these things even when I was a lot younger, and I didn't really even know that I was doing it. I'm like, well, guys, let's not do that way. Let's do that this way. I don't want to call that customer and tell them that. You're gonna have to call them, right? Let's do it right the first time. So there's that. There's also like how you interact as a team, whether or not people feel heard, whether or not they're all pulling on the same end of the rope, that kind of stuff. So as a leader, you can have a huge impact on the culture. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day. Knock it out of the park. It's Tuesday, so we got the foot on the gas still, right? All week long. Let me know what your wins are. Post it in the chat. Please share this out. Invite to the Facebook group, all the stuff, right? Check out the website. Hit up Bailey's Instagram. Check out Tyler Kirk's Legacy Media. Boom, 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 boom. Check out the YouTube page. I think we're 270 something subscribers now, and that's climbing. We are at like 1,964 people in the summit. It says 2K when you look at it on the page, but they do that when you get over 1950. They kind of round up, I think. So, but officially not at 2,000. So if you would be kind enough to click invite, even though I say it every day, very few people do it. Even though I ask you to share every day, very few people do it. I appreciate the ones that do. So I know you're busy. I know it takes a long time to just go click. So I totally understand. Oh, shit. Share my shit. Hashtag, what is it? Hashtag share Bob's shit. Yeah, you need your bosses on here, Terry. Yeah, I'll come down. I'll come down and do like a lunch and learn. Straighten shit out over there, right? Yeah, good to see you guys. I hope you have a great day. Try to institute some of this. And if you're in a situation where maybe the leaders aren't delivering the culture, just deliver it yourself. Just deliver it yourself. But just don't be surprised if you end up in a managerial role. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great day. I appreciate you all. Thanks for jumping on. Make somebody's day today, and I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Take care.